Hi, Dale Abraham here, Golf Tips Magazine Top 25 instructor, and I hopefully am going to help you today hit the ball straighter. If you've got a closed club face, this will be you on the left, and you can just see closed club face means the club's going to be closed relative to our target. As the club goes back right here and gets to about the height of the hands, if we go in for a close-up, you want to see the leading edge of the club face match the line between the right thumb and index finger. So on a right-handed player, that's obviously the right hand is the lower hand. So that line is fairly vertical here. You can see the club face at this point is well below that. So it's pretty darn closed. If anything you want to see, you can actually see the shaft if it matched the spine angle right there. But you can see this one is quite a bit lower than that as well. So pretty closed at that point. And as we continue to go in this swing, it gets even more closed. So as it continues back at this point, we want to see the club be straight up and down, the bottom of the club face. Again, there's a much more square club face, matches the spine angle right there. As it gets to about halfway back here, the bottom edge or the sole of the club is straight up and down. You can see this one's pointed to the right, which shows us the club face. Club face pointing back at this camera definitely means it's closed. And instead of being about a 45-degree angle here or parallel to the left forearm, so we can see right there, there's the left forearm, and again here's the club face right on that angle there. Instead of those two being parallel over here, you're going to see there's the left forearm, same 45-degree angle, but the leading edge of the club face is basically horizontal right there. So closed. Now this is a much stronger position than the open position, so you'll see some tour players play from this position. Paul Azinger notably, David Duval when he was in his prime, Tiger Woods when he was quite a bit younger and an amateur had a closed club face, but he's worked hard to square it up. The thing about having the club face square is there's no manipulation on the downswing. Here, instead of releasing it early like you do if the club face was open, here you have to release it very, very late. So what you typically see on average, if tour average is about 35 to 45 degrees open with the hips at impact, the guys with the more closed club face are going to have their hips even more open, which helps them delay the release of the club and really hang on to that club face. A lot of the guys also that have the club face closed will actually play cuts to keep from hitting it left. So as the club face comes down, we'll see right here, club face closed versus over here on the right. Again, club face pretty much straight up and down. Comes down, it is straight up and down here, whereas it gets into delivery. This one we can see is quite a bit more closed than that, so we really need to hang on and open the hips. If you don't open the hips enough like this one, those hips aren't open enough. They're probably only about 25, 30 degrees open. They're not open enough. The ball's going left, and you can see it right there. That ball is going left, where this one starts out much straighter. And again, as the club face comes through, you can see how this one's turned over more, and that was because it was closed on the way back and at the top. So it does make certain shots harder, even though you can hit the short clubs. You de-loft them and hit them much further. Makes it harder to get the long clubs up in the air, harder to hit real high, soft bunker shots off soft sand, or flop shots are more difficult. But it can be a stronger position for hitting the short clubs, the wedges, 9 irons, 8 irons, as you de-loft them and hit them really far. So club face being square is even better. Again, at the top of the backswing, we're looking for the club to be parallel to the left forearm right there. So we can use another example. If we want to use Tiger's swing when he was working with Butch, you can just see at the top of the swing here, club face matches the left forearm perfectly, and that's that nice square position. That allows there to be no manipulation. You don't have to hang on to it too much or too long to prevent it from releasing. You can just turn through and let the arms go through with it. If you are fighting a closed club face, which will actually, if you hold on to it too much, you get big slices or blocks right. If you don't hold on to it enough, you'll get hooks, kind of pull hooks even, where the face starts at more left and it goes left. So if you're fighting those two, check your grip, make sure the club face isn't closed. If it's not and you're still having problems, then go see your local pro and get some help. Get straightened out so you can enjoy hitting straighter shots. Good luck. Get the club face nice and square.